Welcome back to the Potato Museum
Hi.
show. We're going to be talking Irish potatoes here.
We know.
Yeah, in America, they're frequently referred to as Irish potatoes. Look at this, Irish cobblers from Maine. Here is a shipment of Murphy's, which is a nickname for the potato. Irish reference. Here's a giant crop of Irish potatoes in Florida in the 1920s.
No way.
Yeah, and look at this, Irish potatoes being loaded on a train in Foley, Alabama.
But where are they going?
I don't know, probably to the north. They were growing them in the south, in the winter for northern winters. And now Matthew Perry took 6 barrels of Irish potatoes as gifts for Japanese rulers to open up Japan to trade.
Of course, he was sent by the U.S. government. He was a member of the U.S. Navy.
Right. So he sent a little
Not sure about that.
A working locomotive, telegraph, all sorts of modern things from America, and the only perishable item was Irish potatoes.
Was that Murphy?
So here's some Irish folks potato harvest, and the term for boycott comes from Ireland. This is a scene in which the
workers pushed back against Captain Boycott.
Yeah, Captain Boycott was the head of was the tenant farmer for an absentee owner, and these workers sat down and refused to pick potatoes because of worker discrimination, and that was not fair. So that was the first boycott.
And by the way, when are you going to tell them you're an Irish American?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
More even than a Welsh American, maybe.
Well, yeah, my grandmother was from Ireland. My great grandmother, both of them. Look, so the Irish. Here's a frugal breakfast for the underclass workers and tenant farmers. They would be gathering around and having their breakfast, but this would also be a scene for lunch and dinner. Here's a whole family gathered around the cooking pot and a basket, having their potatoes and some cheese.
I'm over here with Mary Murphy.
Okay, we're going to get there in a minute. Here's a collection of Irish cooking pots, and everybody was eating potatoes in Ireland. Some of them were eating off of silver, because the potatoes were put on a platter on a silver ring, because the Irish wealthy gentry did not want to have the boiled potatoes marring their surfaces. And of course, all the references to St. Patrick's Day using the potatoes. So look at this one. You're my darling. And over here, the only fuel that they had at the time was peat. Here's some guys digging the peat, which is compressed organic material. Look at this fellow standing in front of his peat pile. And here's one of those iron cooking pots, cast iron cooking pots. They're authentic from the era that we got in Ireland. And if you look at this photo, here's a woman doing her spinning, and there's a potato. Look at that, a pothole with the potatoes in there. And you'll notice cooking over the peat fire is the cast iron oven or pot. Look, Jamie O'Rourke and the big potato, an Irish folktale. And Meredith has over here,
well, I have
Mary Murphy.
Mary Murphy, and I love, because my name was Mary for the first part of my life.
That's right.
Meredith, but that's Welsh. But anyway,
okay,
so Murphy was an Irish potato. He lived and grew fat in Mr. Higgins' garden. It was very dull underground for the potato, who had no friends to play with but the angleworms.
Can you show us?
Ho hum, yawned Murphy.
Okay.
Off for some adventures. So anyway, the potato was tossed out, and all of a sudden, he found out,
I thought you were going to read just the beginning.
No, I didn't. The beginning is dull. And the sun made his eyes blink, all of them. For Irish potatoes have eyes, many eyes.
See, now children reading this, some of the words.
Yeah, this
were
is
pictures.
sun.
Yeah.
This is cabbage. Anyway, poor Murphy discovers that he's going to be put into a soup,
Ooh.
which means he will die, which means it could be a very grim ending here.
Okay, well,
But we don't know. Wait.
all right, well-
Let's see. Mary, I guess he was okay in the end. But
All
isn't
right.
this sweet? It's a 1929-ish book by Lang Cola.
All right. Thanks for joining us
Thanks
for the
for
potato
hanging out with us again.
show.
It's
And
almost midnight
if
here in
you-
New
if-
Mexico.
If you like our shows,
kidding.
you can subscribe. It's free.
Even if you don't
gonna
like
follow.
them, you can subscribe.
Yeah, and tell your friends about the Potato Museum show. See you next time.